This is the 5 Point Play Podcast, the Die-Hard Duke basketball fans podcast. Time of recording, we are 24 hours exactly away from Duke basketball tipping off the 2025-2026 season. A lot of hope and optimism after that brilliant, undefeated exhibition season. We got the starting five tonight. No problems. We got the Godfather AC. We got Jack in the house, my man DH, and the always
Yeah.
controversial the Duke fan. So we're going to break it down. So we're going to give everybody our season predictions, as we do every year, the night before the games. So we'll give everybody kind of a couple minutes here to break down not only Duke's record, but any superlatives for the players, any hot takes that you have. You got to get them done right now before the season tips off. So we'll give you a couple hot takes there, and after that we'll chop it up. We'll see who had the worst hot take. We'll let the commenters on YouTube fire away at whatever D says tonight, and we'll just go from there. I'm just keeping it a buck here. But all right, so we'll get right to it. AC Godfather, you get to go first. Give us your season record, conference
Ooh.
record, any superlatives for the players, and postseason, and give us some hot takes.
All right. Well, national title,
Wow,
champions.
right out of
Right
the
off the
gate.
bat, I'm just starting off right off the bat with what it is. 35-5 record, going all the way to the title game. I got us with a looks like a because I only got 3 losses in conference, so it's a 17-3 conference slate this
No,
year.
it's 18 this year, isn't it?
Oh, it's 18 games.
It's 18 games, yeah.
All right, so 15-3 then. 15-3. 15-3 in conference then. Only losses I think I have on the schedule, and I am allowed to change my mind. Arkansas, at Louisville, at Tech, VT, Michigan, and then at NC State. I got us in the Final Four against Houston, against Michigan, and against Florida. I think those are the other 3 best teams in the nation that are going to make it that far. In terms of how our guys are going to do in the ACC predictions and all that stuff, the ACC Player of the Year, Cam Boozer. ACC Rookie of the Year, Cam Boozer. Defensive Player of the Year, Malik Brown. Hot take, right off the bat, ACC Coach of the Year, John Shire. He will get it. He will get it. I don't care about what mediocre team went from worst to 11th this year. It was who they usually give the award to. They're going to actually give it to the guy who deserves it in John Shire this season. We're going to leave him no choice. I do have Cam making the freshman All-American and regular All-American squads. I don't have any other All-Americans for Duke. Some All-ACC honors type things. I got Cam and Zay in the first team. I got Pat on the second team. I got Nick on the third team. Honorable mentions Dame and Malik. Defensive team, Malik, Dame, and Cam Boozer, because people are going to see how good of a defensive player he is. 3 on the defensive squad. I got Cam, Dame, and Nick on the ACC all-freshman team. And then the ACC tourney teams, the teams that are actually going to make the tournament from the ACC, I just wanted to throw this in there. Duke, Louisville, NC State, UNC going to be there. UVA is going to be there. And I think SMU and VT have an outside shot at making the tournament. That's 7 squads, 5 for sure, and I think there's 2 that could make it if the cards go right for them.
Who, Tech and Pittsburgh?
Tech and SMU.
Okay.
All right, so those are ACs. D, you have the floor.
I kind of agree with AC a lot. Leading scorer for this team going to be Cam Boozer. I don't think that's any question. Leading rebounder for this team, Cam Boozer. Here's a hot take for you. I think leading assists at the end of the year is going to be Nick Haminia. I think he's just a good passer. I think he sees over the defense well. I think he's going to play a lot of minutes. Freshman of the year in the ACC will be Cam. I'm with AC. I think the non-conference Duke is going to be battle ready, battle tested. If they can weather the storm, if we can get out of that with 1 loss, 2 at most, against the teams that we're playing before ACC starts, we're contenders. I think we go back to the Final Four. We play Louisville twice. Louisville's going to be a dog. and we play them twice in like a month. And one of them is, I believe, somebody's gonna have to fact check me on this, but I think one of them is on like a Monday, so it's going to be a Saturday to Monday.
Saturday, Monday turnaround. I'll look at that.
I think it is. I might be wrong on that. I might be wrong. So I feel like we'll split with Louisville. I do agree with your prediction on the record. I think 15-3 in the conference is right. I think we split with UNC and we lose to, or we'll split with Louisville and UNC. Just because I think UNC is going to figure shit out. We play them at the very end of the year. I believe that's a UNC home game. And NC State's going to be a dog. And there's going to be a couple of other teams that I think are going to come up and really like show some people. My hot take in the offseason was Caleb Foster was going to be an all ACC player. After the first two games, I know it was a small sample size, but Caden Boozer's a dog, man. He really can see the floor. He really knows how to play the point guard position. I think he's going to be the point guard moving forward by January, if not earlier. I don't see the 5-out happening much longer, in my opinion. I know you can laugh at it if you want, but if you look at the small sample size we have in the second half of both of those games, we quit that 5-out thing and we put him down low. We put Big Pat down low and we played like big man basketball, and it worked. That being said, when Malik Brown comes back and he's ready to play, when he can guard 1 through 5, that probably changes because I've seen him work on his shot with John Shire specifically, and I've heard John Shire tell him, I want you to shoot X, Y, and Z amount of 3-pointers a game. I do disagree with AC on the all ACC thing. I think Cam Boozer might be second team because he's gonna get pushed out by Darren Williams from NC State. Darren Williams is a certified stud. I hope I'm saying that name right. I think Evans will be a second or third team all ACC player. That also has to do with him. He has to prove it. He's got the ability, but it's all in his head. Like, are you just a spot up jump shooter who's chasing shots, or can you drive to the lane? Can you create for other people? Can you at least be a threat at the rim? And with that, if he does that, he could be third or second team. I'd love to say the only thing I disagree with AC on is like I wish I could say Coach Shire was going to be coach of the year. That doesn't happen for Duke coaches. It just doesn't.
I know. I said it was a hot take.
I know, and I wish, like I said, I wish I could agree with you. I wish I could agree with you.
That was my hot take. I don't actually believe it.
I do think that this Duke team has what it takes to make it back to the Final Four, especially with the non-conference schedule that John has set up for them. We have no cupcakes. We're not hiding from anybody. It's kind of like old school coach mentality. We'll play anybody, anywhere, any court, anytime. You name it, we'll be there. So yeah, AC pretty much nailed it. So I kind of agree with what AC said, but just with a little different spin on it.
All right, DH.
All right. So first of all, I will say, I'm not mad at. I know I'm usually like on the opposite end of this 5-out conversation from D. I think that there's a difference between the shots being generated when all 5 players are outside the paint versus a 5-out initiation set. And I think those are two different things. I think that the initiation of 5-out is probably what's going to be the bread and butter of the team. But I definitely agree. I think when you have 2 low post presences like Cam and like Pat, you got to let them eat in places where they feel most comfortable. And to D's point, I think that is going to be in the paint. As a whole, I think Duke wins the national championship. I think that they have the pieces for it. And I also think that Caleb figures it out. I think that Caleb figuring it out and Nick Kaminya being good in a primary role are the keys to that. So most of my hot takes are going to be around Nick Kaminya. I have us at like 6 losses. I'm gonna try to be realistic here. I think we probably go 3-3 in the non-con. I think that February Michigan game is gonna be rough because I think it negates a lot of what we do well because they have all that size in the interior, and I think they have us beat on the perimeter at least at this stage. I need to see it more from our perimeter players, particularly at the lead guard spot, in order for me to feel comfortable with it. I think that Yaxel and Cam probably offset, and then you probably have the rest of it. And I think that Michigan just might have more at that point. But I think they're a Final Four caliber team, good, and I think that third loss in the offseason or in the non-con. I mean, I don't stress about it much, to be honest. I think that Duke goes 14-4 in conference. I have the same losses, but I also think they have like a bullshit loss somewhere in there.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know who it is or when it is, but I feel like in the past, I think John has been good about those like January, February letdown losses. I think there's a world where they have a similar first half as they've had in the exhibitions where they just don't come out in the way they need to. Another team is shooting the lights out and they have nothing to lose, and all of a sudden we take one on the chin, right? I can see that happening for this team in particular. I don't want it to happen, but I think it's bound to happen in my opinion. So I take 14-4. I think if we have 7 losses going into the postseason, I think Duke is a 2 or 3 seed. With the level of gravity or the how good the top is probably going to be. I don't know if we have. I certainly don't think we have 4 all-time teams this year like we have in the past. So a lot of that depends on how good or bad the SEC is going to be, how good or bad the Big Ten is going to be, Big 12 is going to be. I think that I think Cam leads us in points, assists, and boards, also turnovers, because it's going to be incredibly high usage. And I think in those scenarios that bodes, I think he can pass the rock well. I think it's going to be a hub for everything. And I think he's going to lead us in those statistical categories. I think that steals is going to be either Malik or Dame. I think Malik has the ability to deflect the basketball. I think that I'm not sure how that gets credited from a steals perspective, though.
I was going to say, does that happen? Is that
it's not like
the guy who picks it up?
Yep.
Yeah, so I picks it up.
Yeah.
And
so
if that's the case,
he's not going to get credit for as many steals as he creates.
And that's my thought, right?
A lot of stuff that he does well doesn't show up on a stat sheet. So
100% true.
I'll give you that.
100% true. I think our conference teams. I think Cam's going to be first team. I don't think there's going to be anybody more productive in the conference. And if Duke is, top 2, even I'll say top 3 finishing in the regular season, I think that you can't keep him off the first team because it's going to average 20 and 12. I don't think anybody else in the conference will. I've got Slim second team, and I got Nick slipping into the third team. I've got Cam. I got Cam as first team All-American and ACC Rookie of the Year, ACC Player of the Year. I don't think Darion Williams is going to be that good by comparison, just because I'm expecting Cam to be that productive. I think Darion Williams is that good. I just think that he's not going to be nearly as productive.
We're talking about a Big 12 Player of the Year last year, correct?
And that's cool. But have you seen? Did you see?
Was Williams the Player of the Year, or was it JT Toppin?
I think it was.
Oh,
I
no.
think it was Williams.
Fact check it. I'm not sure, but I don't think
I know
he's
he's a hooper. I know he's a hooper.
He's definitely he's certified for sure. He's certified.
He's stamped.
He's definitely certified, and Will's going to have him playing at an elite level. I think Cam is going to probably win that head-to-head matchup, and I think that he's going to end up winning. ACC Player and Rookie of the Year. It was Toppin. Okay, cool.
My bad.
I think my hot take is that Nick Camille is going to start more games than Dame Sarr, and that Nick is going to be on 10, 5, and 5 average watch. I don't have Final Four because fuck them, Duke in Indianapolis wins the whole thing.
Let's go. I do want to say, can I say something real quick? I thought we had a chance to rebuttal.
At the end, make some notes.
I'm not even trying to rebuttal. I just want to say, you talk about that 4th loss. I was talking about. Did anybody fact check the Louisville Monday game? Is that
I believe you're correct.
We'll talk about it in the overall thing. Because yes, we do play them, but we'll talk about it in a minute.
That 4th loss might be Wake Forest on that Saturday.
Where
they're looking ahead to Louisville.
I can see it.
All right,
Because you're right. There's going to be a BS loss. I agree.
all right, Jack, you're 4.
Okay. First off, I think Duke wins it all, 36-4. I think only one of those losses is going to come in the non-conference. I don't like, you guys know this, I don't like to predict which games we win or lose. I will say the second to last game of the regular season is at NC State, and that I will say right now might be one of those 4 losses. So I think, yeah, 36-4 overall national champion. I'm gonna say, yeah, that's 15-3 in ACC play. Run the table in the ACC tournament and NCAA tournament. I think Cam is ACC Player of the Year, Freshman of the Year, first team All ACC, first team All American. I do not think he's going to win National Player of the Year, but he's going to be first team All American. I'm going to say, yeah, Isaiah second team, and then sneaky hot take. Give me Big Pat All ACC third team, maybe even second team.
Okay.
I like it.
I do too.
And then, yeah, I mean, I think Dame and Nick, I'll say probably all freshmen, but or newcomer, whatever they call it now. Malik, definitely all defense, might even be a defensive player of the year in the conference. I don't know if he's going to get the minutes for it, but even if he doesn't, you can make that argument that he's that impactful. I
We
think
tried to make that argument last year.
I definitely did. I feel that he is that impactful. And he only played like 25 games last year.
Yeah.
And I think he had an argument for defensive player of the year in conference. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked a little bit. Back to the main point. We got I think Caden Boozer, I don't think he starts. I think Caleb maintains the starting spot all year, but I think Caden Boozer does enough to get honorable mention all freshman. I don't know. I just think there's so many variables with this team. I think my hottest take is that there are 7 guys who are going to get what we're going to end up having to call starter minutes on this team. Even if there are 2 guys coming off the bench, I think there's going to be 7 people that get starter minutes. And then however deep John runs from there, like outside of those 7, is going to be what we typically would consider reserve minutes. Yeah, that's my predictions. Oh, also we sweep Carolina again.
Hell yeah, we do. Fuck
That's-
this motherfucker.
That's the big
Talk to him, Jack. Talk to him.
I got college
Come on.
basketball on my screen again, y'all. I'm just so excited right now. By the way, I just wanted
It's
to
a
say
good
that.
day.
I just had to say that.
Christmas morning. No,
Yeah.
it's really Christmas.
There's not a chance we make it to regional finals, Final Four, and we don't have an 8-man rotation. I'm sorry. Somebody's going to have to sit. Some people are going to have to sit. John and the coaching staff are have to figure that out. TK, DH, me and you have talked about this on a podcast. I don't want to be that, and Jack, for that matter.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. I don't want to be that coach to have to figure that out. That's a tough
Yeah, I don't
problem to
envy
have.
that guy.
But
I don't
there's
envy
still
John.
it's still an 8-man rotation. AC, we've talked about this for years. It's
We'll talk about this in a
dudes.
minute. TK hadn't given his picks yet.
Yeah,
Hold
let me
on.
do
Hold
my
on.
picks real quick.
Hold on.
And then, I mean, D's just chomping. I want that.
I know D's ready.
chomping at
The
bit.
season
Look,
started. He's ready.
It's a
he's ready.
beautiful day.
It's a wonderful day.
It's Christmas
He's
Eve.
ready.
Tomorrow is actually Christmas Day. When Duke tips off at 8:45 on the Leva ESPN, so I don't know if you can watch it or not. But I digress. So I'm with you guys. I kind of kept going back and forth between 26-5 and 25-6.
You mean 30, not 20?
I'm just going regular season right now.
Okay.
So regular season, I got us 25-6. I'm going 14-4 in conference. I'm with DH here. I think the loss is actually going to be at Pitt. I think that's right after the first Carolina game. You see Saturday, Tuesday turnaround, a 9 p.m. game at Pitt. I think that's the game that we fall in trap in. So that's the one I kind of had marked down. I'm with everybody else at NC State at the end of the year. Just mark it down for a loss. Hope nobody gets hurt. I think that it's tough for me because I have us winning the ACC championship in Charlotte again, but I do think Louisville is going to give us a run for our money in Charlotte. Revenge game for them as well, but still give me Duke in North Carolina. So I think we'll be a 1 or 2 seed even with 6 losses, and I would have if I'll say this: I have Duke winning it all, but that's more of a heart pick than head pick. So I want to say this: that if Duke makes it to the Final Four, they're winning because they don't lose in Indianapolis. You do not want to see Duke in
Facts.
Indianapolis.
Sure.
We don't lose there.
Touche.
If we don't make it there, then that's another story. But I think we do. I think we find a way to make it there. And if we're in Indianapolis, um, we're going to win. That's just
Wrap it
that.
up.
Um, I'm with the H here. I think Cam. I'm not going crazy this year. The last couple of years, I've gone crazy. I'm gone off the reservation with some of my points per game picks. Who leads this team? I'm just going straight chalk. Cam's going to lead in points, assists, boards, probably blocks as well. It's going to be very similar to what Coop did last year. 20 and 12 is not outlandish. I don't think it'll be quite that. I think it'll probably be closer to 18 and a half to 19. But nevertheless, he's going to average double-digit boards as well. Um, my so I think Cam, obviously ACC player and rookie of the year, first team. I think he'll be a first team All American as well. I think that's a no brainer. I think there'll be 3 freshmen on first team All American this year. Uh, I have Big Pat being second team All ACC. I have Slim being third team All ACC, even though I do have Slim as my second leading scorer for Duke this year. I just think that Pat will be close to a double double, so that gets him knocked into the second team. Um, and then I guess this could be a hot take. I have Dame Sar as my first team All ACC defensive team, and I could see him winning the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. I just don't think that Malik's going to. He's going to have the same problems he had last year, where he's clearly the best defender in the country, but I just don't see him getting. I don't see him playing a full year in terms of every game. I think he'll have a couple games where they may just have it in the schedule where he's going to take the night off.
Rest
So that's kind of
day.
yeah, basically.
Load management.
You need him
Yellow
the
jersey.
you need him for the 9 games at the end of the year. That's when you need Malik. Period. So yeah, so give me Dominique Saw for ACC Defensive Player of the Year. I think we have 3 on the All ACC freshman teams with him, Cam, and Nick. I do think Caleb. I'm going to stick with this. I think Caleb starts the entire year. I'd like to see him get an honorable mention for All ACC. That if he gets an honorable mention or above for All ACC, that means we're going to have a phenomenal year. And I'd like to see that out of him. I know that we didn't see much in the 2 exhibitions, but they're exhibitions for a reason. Now we have something to go off of. So yeah, so that's that. Give me Duke in the Final Four. Give me Duke winning the national championship in Indianapolis, as we typically do. So with that, now we will open the floor, and if anybody wants to talk, D, go ahead.
Wow.
He said, "Wow." He said, "Wow." Only time these ever been speechless.
No, I mean, I agree. I will say I don't know how you have all those dudes in the All American race because they're all forwards, so you can only have
Did you
so
have
many forwards.
to clarify?
No, no, you don't. No, you don't.
You don't have to
So,
No,
have.
positions
You
so
have
Darren Williams,
7. You have
Darren
5
Williams and Cam
forwards.
Boozer, for instance. So, for instance, Darren Williams and Cam Boozer aren't mutually exclusive on the All ACC team. The All ACC team, like 6 years ago, was literally all guards. I'm
Well,
not joking about that.
You get 2
No,
forwards.
yeah.
no, they don't do that.
It's
They
been
don't make. They don't
positionless
make a
though.
team. They don't make a team. They don't do. You have to have a center. You have to have 2 forwards. You have to have a point guard. You have to have a shooting guard. They don't do the All ACC like that. It's just whoever
5
gets
best.
the 5 most votes out of the writers are on the first All ACC first team. The All ACC third team in 2019 was 4 forwards and a guard. So it doesn't matter. Like Cam Boozer and Darren Williams aren't mutually exclusive. So that is what something I
I
wanted to touch
listened
on
to
when you
most
said
of
Cam was
these.
going to be on the second team.
I only reason I said that is because of Darren.
I know that's why I wanted to make sure we cleared that up because
Mm-hmm.
it's not spot for spot. It's not player for player like that. It's whoever gets the 5 most votes out of the writers gets the spots. They don't make an actual team out of it.
Well, that's dumb. But I think we all pretty much. I think we all pretty much said the same thing. We all pretty much had the same record. I think that Wake Forest game before Louisville is a trap game. TK thinks the Pitt game is a trap game, which it probably will be. I mean, they coach together, they play together, or not play together, but they coach on the same staff for however long years. And but yeah,
When do we
Duke,
play Georgia
Duke to the
Tech?
final. Georgia
So I
Tech's
feel
going to
like
be a
That's like the
dog.
first.
I feel,
That's
I
the
feel like
first
that's
HC.
always I feel
That's
like
the
that's
first game of the
always like
season.
one of those weird games that at least recently since Damon got there, he's had those guys ready to play. And we always have struggled early in the year with pick and roll coverage and they spam it.
New Year's Eve.
Normally, I'd agree
Duke's
with
going
that,
to be
but that game's at
stupid
home.
ready for anything after
Yeah,
their
that's gonna be at home.
non-conference.
Yeah, so I don't see us
Okay.
So
losing
to
one.
touch
Okay. Maybe
on
not.
those Saturday Monday turnaround games because I'm always looking for those too, like D.
Yeah, same.
So the first one in the season is hold on, I had it. The very first one is Wake Forest on the Saturday, which is a week after Stanford. So I don't think we're losing to Wake in Cameron. A week after having a week to prepare for Wake after playing Stanford. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned about Wake on that one. But the following game is Louisville at Cameron. I think we're gonna lose to Louisville at Louisville. I still think we beat them in Cameron.
You don't, yeah, but that's a look past game. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not paying attention to
So see,
Wake.
so I agree. I January, February has always been rough. The past couple of iterations of these John Shire teams, he's had us prepared in February, especially last year we had enough depth to kind of get through those doldrums. So some dudes were able to step up, and I think the same thing's gonna happen this year. We got
I
10
do too.
guys who can play. Back to like kind of to your 8-man rotation thing, D, like we always talk about. Yes, this team will get cut to 8 men. Does that mean that 9 or 10 guys in a competitive game won't see a minute? No, that's not the case. I think 10 guys will see a minute, but I think the bulk of the minutes will go to 7 or 8 guys when the game is very competitive. That's just how John coaches. That's how most coaches coach. And there's nothing wrong with that. You want your best players on the floor. And I think there will be a top 8 that does emerge on this team by the time we really need it. But to get us through that, the February and January time, like D, you're always talking about Sebastian Wilkins. That's where Sebastian can really like set himself up for next season. Like, I don't know that he's going to be one of the ones that cracks into that competitive 8, but damn it, he can set himself up next year really nicely with a good January and February this year. I think there's a battle between Caden and Caleb eventually. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree that Caleb's going to start the entire season. I look at Caleb. I've been trying to look at Caleb like Daniel Ewing for too long now, and I think it's unfair to the kid. I think the expectations need to be lowered. I would look at him more like a Tyler Thornton, quite honestly. A
Look who's
very
on the
good
staff
role.
now.
I know a
Quinn,
very good role
Quinn
player
Cook.
who can do things that the team needs. He gives the team energy. He gives the team really good defense. He's never going to be a 20-point per game scorer. He's not going to get 5 assists a game. That's not what we need out of him. And I think it's time to stop expecting that out of him and some other jump that's not realistic. Especially when you have other guys like Nick Haminia and Caden Boozer on the roster. Caden looked really nice in the preseason. I don't know that Caden's going to completely separate himself. I think Nick Haminia is our point guard of the future, quite honestly. And really, our point guard is Cam Boozer, by the way.
Right.
So, because we don't have one.
I don't want
Because we
to
don't
see
guard.
him bringing the ball down the court.
I do. I'm fine with it. Not all the time, because not one person's going to bring the ball down the court every play, every game. That's not our team. Purdue, that's them. Braden Smith will bring the ball up every single possession for Purdue. That's not our team.
When we're in a half court set, who's initiating offense?
Whoever.
How are you going to initiate it?
Listen, the Spain screen is going to be run by Cam Boozer. The off-ball stuff is going to be run by Nick Haminia, pick and rolls. Anything that's going to be a setup motion play is going to be run by whatever de facto point guards on the floor, whether it's Caden Boozer or Caleb Foster. Like, there's multiple guys who are going to initiate, quote unquote, the offense. John Shire has already proved he's got one of the most efficient offenses in the nation, strictly because we don't run that style of play where this one guy has to set us up every single time. That's just not how basketball's played anymore. Like
That's why
Duke
I
is
think
consistently under John Shire like 270th in pace in the nation. But then our O rating last year was number one, and it's the highest it's ever been when you have those O rating stats or whatever, the metrics and all that stuff.
however that works.
Right. The team
O rating is
bottom
literally just points per 100
right.
possessions.
Bottom line, the team is incredibly efficient. We don't shoot the ball very often, but we still are in like the top 50 consistently in points per game. That's incredible. Like that is very difficult to do.
That's why I think Nick's going to have a lot of assists. He's going to have a lot of opportunities just to throw the ball over the top of
I
that
think so
defense.
too. I think so too. I have Nick Kameni as our point guard. That's that's my guy. Like that's our
Yeah,
guy.
I
That's
feel.
everybody's guy. Everybody loves him.
Yeah, I feel some like not to belabor the point, but I think that offensive initiation as a term, I think has become overused in the sense of the offense doesn't necessarily get initiated by the person who brings the ball up the court. A lot of times, the first action is getting the ball to a side, to an elbow, to an action, and that's what the initiating action is in order to get into an offense. And I think in that way, to AC's point, I think when you get, better be pat at the high post and they work out for that flare screen, stagger screen on one side, or they say throw the ball to Cam at the top of the key, and they run a bunch of actions off of that, whether it be floppy for off the stagger screen or Darren curling off the stagger or whatever the thing is. I think that's like your first offensive initiation. And that's why I say, that's why I am a proponent for the 5 out, because the look of it to initiate the offense doesn't mean that you don't give it to Cam on the block because you should. It doesn't mean that you don't give it to Pat on the block because you should. But all that is predicated on the spacing that starts with 5 guys screening or having a threat to score, whatever the thing is, to get you started. And I think to AC and to your point, D, I don't disagree with you. I think that having a healthy dose of Pat on the block is going to be really important for Pat's development and for the team's development, because that's a guaranteed 2 points or a foul. That's as close to a guaranteed
it's a hybrid
2.
offense, right? Like it's not
Yeah.
we're not a strictly 5 out team. Like it's a hybrid offense. We might start 5 out, but then what ends up happening is it ends up becoming a 4 out 1 in.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what we ran with Jaleel Okafor, which is what we ran when we had Sheldon Williams, which is what we've always run Elton Brand when we've had a dominant interior presence. Because like D said, you got to be able to get twos. And that's one of the weaknesses I look at with this team, honestly, from the outside. Not yet. No one's proven, none of our guards have proven to be able to go get a tough 2 yet. The tough 2s have all come from Pat Ngongba, Cam Boozer, or Nick Kamenia, who is a guard, but he's 6'8", whatever. He's a guard, whatever.
Yeah.
But like the Caleb Fosters of the world, Dame Sarr hasn't played enough yet to become one of those guys yet. Caden Boozer has gotten he's made 1 bucket on the interior so far in the preseason slate. We need somebody outside of Cam and Pat to be able to get a 2, but until we can get that, it's nice to be able to have the 2, because you saw that with the 15 team with Tyus, like Tyus and them, right? Like Justice Winslow at times was able to be that guy to get us that tough 2, and then all of a sudden it became Tyus Jones at the end of the year. Like out of the blue, like where the fuck did that come from? Like
taking it to the rim and finish with the contact.
His last half of the season was incredible, getting to the basket. Not even talking about his passing ability and everything else. So somebody is going to emerge on this team. I think it's going to be Zay. I think Zay, if he can embrace the mid range jumper a little bit and not just feel like he has to bulldog everything to the rim, with that shot that he has with his height and everything else, shit, mid range out of Isaiah Evans is goddamn unguardable, bro.
Yeah, I mean, D talked about it. D talked about it during the exhibition that we watched on playback, which we may continue to do over the course of the season. Keep an eye out for announcements on that. Just about Isaiah getting to the hoop and taking shots at the rim and how much it will open up the rest of his game.
Absolutely.
I agree with that, and I think he's
shots
shown
at the
that
rim
ability.
or in the mid range. Yeah,
the mid range, just even at the hoop. Anything inside the arc really will open up.
So we saw that on.
For him.
Sorry to interrupt you, Jack. When we did the coaches' corner for Tennessee, there was a very blatant play where they went underneath of a screen on Isaiah Evans, that's unthinkable. Like, why on earth are you going under a screen on Isaiah Evans?
Yeah,
but that's what happened.
I think
he had just attacked a couple of times when that happened.
Yeah, I think I said the same thing I was saying now during that coach's corner. It's
Yeah, I was just saying, just to keep them honest. Like if Zay
Absolutely.
can
Yeah.
Absolutely.
get to the rack, like because he's so, I'm gonna shoot this three, I'm gonna shoot this
Mhm.
three, and people just close out on him. If he can keep
It's
them honest by getting, like you said, getting to the rack or dribble driving and pull up jumper,
mhm. It's honestly the
because all he
same.
needs is this much space, right,
Yeah, it's
to
the
get that
same.
shot off.
It's the same reverse argument for Pat and Ngangla shooting threes or Malik Brown shooting threes because you stretch the floor out for your bigs, right? It's the same argument, just opposite sides of the floor.
Mhm.
So you keep the
And I'll
team,
be
you keep defenses honest by being able to spread the floor. Like if you can spread the floor in college basketball, you're doing 90% of the Lord's work because most teams in college basketball cannot effectively spread the floor.
I would like
That's
to see
true.
they be able to create a play for somebody else, also like dribble, drive, and
Yeah,
kick.
I think that's the
and
next.
I
I
think
think that's the next evolution of his game.
I do
Mhm.
too.
Because right
and I
I
now,
think
think
he's
that's a
done it a little
conversation
bit in
him
the
and John are
exhibition.
probably
he's
already
done it a
having.
little bit. He's done it a little bit.
The
I think that's
comeback
the next
against
evolution.
Tennessee, he was all his. He had his
He
Pobbs
was
isn't
so
here,
good
so it's a
against
safe space.
Tennessee.
He had his hands all over the ball in that comeback against Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, like Duke. The
Reckless.
cool thing about Duke is like they played a really good Tennessee team, and
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee played their nuts off. No pause. I don't give a shit. No
Mm-hmm.
pause. They played their nuts off, and Duke never looked flustered. Their eyes never got big. They never
Mhm.
gave a shit. Like didn't care. They were like,
Mm-hmm.
we're just gonna keep playing our game. We're gonna grind you down, and eventually we're gonna win by 18
Yep.
or
Yep.
whatever it
They
was. I don't remember the
yeah.
score, but
I think the other
It
thing.
I
Is,
mean,
felt
it was an easy win. It was it felt like 20 if it wasn't 20.
I think the other thing for. I mean, we're talking about Zay, but we're talking about a couple different players. Is
Mhm.
that when I look at this roster and the way that John likes to play, yeah, Cam may lead the team in assists with about 3.8 or
Mhm.
4.2. But I can see four different players averaging 2 assists or more.
Mhm.
And I think that's going to be the beauty of this team is that there's just not one way to stop this team.
Yeah.
They're
And
gonna
that's
move the
kind of
ball.
like, with Zay, specifically, I see he's kind of started to make that evolution of utilizing the pump fake and driving. You guys are talking about the mid range that needs to be there as well. But then the secondary evolution is really his playmaking. Because if he
Mhm.
starts doing that, he's monitoring bound, he's on here. Like
Yeah.
because if he
mm-hmm.
starts adding that kind of stuff to his game, which I already think he's getting better defensively, then the sky's the limit for him. I have him
Mhm.
third team all ACC. I really want to put him on the second team. But if he has a great season, he could be first team.
Shit, I got him on the first
Yeah.
team.
He's that kind of
Mm-hmm.
talent. He's
He's
But
that
that
think
kind of
about
good.
it,
player.
like
You
that
know,
dribble drive, and he keeps making it. That dribble drive, he keeps making
he
it. The
gets
pull
that
up shots, he
floater.
keeps
He gets
making.
something like
And
that.
now the defense collapses. You got four people open, passing over the top, passing to the
Mhm.
corner. Shot goes into the corner. What happens?
He gets that Giannis
Yep.
5-step Euro step. Like if he adds those sorts of things into his game,
Adds
I
a
really,
5-step Euro step.
I mean, it's insane. But
So TK, to your point though. No, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought because I wanted to go back to your point about the
all right,
assists.
go ahead.
No, so with the assists, right? So John Shire's been at Duke now. What was it? 3 seasons now? 3 full seasons.
This is
This is
4.
number 4.
This is
Yeah.
this current year's
This is
4.
So
fourth, yeah.
last year, 4 guys over 2.2 assists a game. Cooper Flag was the most with 4.1. The year
Okay.
before, 4 guys over 2 assists a game. The very first year John Shire was there, we had 2. Tyrese and Jeremy had 3 assists a game, and then the next 2 leading in assists were Ryan Young and Kyle Filipowski at 1.9 and 1.3. So very close to 2 in terms of Kyle. Not as much for Ryan Young, but the fact that Ryan Young was our 4th leading assist man on that team, I mean, it speaks into what John Shire's offense, what his vision for the offense is, which is a lot of movement,
Move it.
the ball coming from different spots on the floor, and not just one guy is going to be out there dishing assists. Like you can't, as a defense, you can't key on one thing on the Duke offense. Whether it's
Nope.
Cam Boozer, whether it's Isaiah Evans, whether it's shutting down the 3, whether it's shrink the floor, whether it's baseline extended, whether it's push and trap, like you can't focus in on one thing with this team because they with John Shire offenses they just do too much.
Can
I
we break
wish
can we break down the roster real quick and just kind of go through the guys? So like Cam, obviously we all agree.
Mhm.
And then Nick, I think we all agree. Who are the other 2 or 3 players that could potentially average multiple assists? So you have
Star.
I think
Pat.
Pat was my next one. Pat was
Mhm.
my next one. And then I'm kind of in between whether it's Caden, because he could definitely do it even if he's coming off the bench. I think because he's wired that way, he could potentially be in a 3 assist a game category. To be honest with you, even if he's only playing 20 minutes a night, because that's what his game is. But like you have him, I don't see Dame averaging more than 2, but you know,
He's not a
Slim
passer.
potentially could. I'd like to see it. And then
I think
obviously, Caleb too. I just don't
I
know
think Caleb and Caden will back into 2 assists a game just
yeah.
from the fact that the only position either one of those guys can play on the floor is point guard. So I think they'll back into 2 assists a game. Cam Boozer, I think you're right. I think he'll be at that 3.8 to 4 assists a game mark. He's going to have 1 or 2 transition assists a game because of his outlet passes,
Yeah.
and then however else he moves the ball on the floor, his usage rate's going to be ridiculous this year.
If we're hovering this thing around 2 assists, like you can't tell me Dame can't have 2 assists. Like
I'm not saying
he's not. He's
I don't think
player.
he will average it. I think there will be
hold
games
on.
he has
When
5.
When he slashes to the rim and he's getting collapsed on, right? He's got 3 or 4 players around him, and he's long enough and tall enough to just kick it around somebody to the corner for a 3. That's an assist. I wish we kept track of like hockey and like soccer style assists
Shire does.
for basketball.
Shire
Because
does.
they should.
I might
For
start
sure.
a tally while we watch these games.
Because like AC was saying, Duke moves the ball to the point where they're just trying to get you out of position to where you're just enough out of position where we can make a play. And
they do. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, whoever is in that particular spot when the other team is out of position, you get the play. Like,
Yeah,
it's not centered around one person like a lot of these college basketball teams are.
No, not at all. I don't think Dame Sarr is like 2.2 assists a game is not easy. It's not like it's like just you're getting 2 assists a game. It's not easy, especially when you have a team that moves the ball so much. There's only so many assists to go around. Dame is not an assist. He's not an
like
assist
the
type of
hockey
guy.
assist thing.
Sure. If we're giving hockey assists, then there's 8 guys on this team are gonna have 2 to 3 assists a game, but they don't count it that way. So straight up, I'm passing you the ball for you to score. That's just not Dame's game. He's turnover prone actually. When he does move the ball a lot, I think he's going to be asked to take the shot when you have it, take the drive when you have it, and be opportunistic with your buckets. He's on the floor to score. He ain't on the floor to move around.
Finisher. He's a play finisher for sure.
Yeah,
he's a splasher. I get that. He's a splasher, but
I think he's going to get a lot in transition purely for his defense alone.
He is so fast. He is so fast.
He's a pro. He's a fucking pro.
You couple that with what Cam Boozer's outlet game is. He's the best outlet passer, big. Kevin Love, like it's insane. I didn't realize he was that good of a passer. So
yeah,
he's like that.
We highlighted that in the Tennessee game too. There was an outlet pass where he threw it between 3 Tennessee defenders to Dame on the run.
On the money. Like,
it was incredible. It was such an incredible play because Dame did the smart thing. He didn't grab it because if he grabbed it, the 3 defenders would have surrounded him. He let it push ahead of him, and then he picked it up off the bounce and was gone. Dog. He's so fast. Yeah. He's so fast, man. He had
a great second half against Tennessee.
He did. He really did. He was integral in that comeback. Like he was between his defense and then the couple of opportunistic shots. He had that 3-pointer in the transition on the wing, the dunk, all that stuff. He was balling.
His range is crazy.
Yeah, he's got good range.
Yeah,
he's got good range. He's more comfortable in the corner shooting, but he can shoot from a lot of different spots on the floor.
I'm just saying, like his range from like elbow to block.
He's got like a 7'2" wingspan at 6'8". He's ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
he's ridiculous. He's the next best thing we could have gotten to Cedric Howard for real.
He's a pro. He's a pro. He's a fucking pro.
And for what it's worth, I think.
Talk about.
Go ahead, Jack.
I just want to say a dark horse for getting 2 assists a game. Now I don't think he'll do it, but I think there's a world where it could happen. Is Malik? He's a dude who's
he's a great passer.
He's a great passer. Now the accuracy,
and he's not going to shoot because he doesn't want to.
We know he doesn't really want to shoot.
John told him to though.
I know.
And he said he's working on it. I mean, he spent some time in some of the ACC tip off, media day stuff, talking about how like the one thing that he did while he was rehabbing is trying to readjust his mentality around shooting.
How many points a game from Malik?
How many points a game from Malik?
1 point.
look, I'm gonna assume all health for him. So let's say he
Yeah.
plays 25 games, whatever. Like I don't think we can predict injuries. Like I know he has them, but
Yeah.
assuming all health, how many points a game does Malik Brown score this year? I'm putting it at four tops, maybe
I was
5.
gonna say 4.
Tops. You know what? I'll say 7. I'll
I was
give
gonna
it an
say if
extra
he
bucket.
scored
No,
Extra
7,
that
bucket.
might be the hottest take tonight.
if
An
Malik
extra
Brown can
bucket
score
or a couple free
7 points a
throws.
game,
No chance. No chance.
Dog,
He's not going to play enough minutes.
there's no,
7.
don't say no chance. If Malik Brown can score 7 points a game, this Duke team is not beatable.
you're
Well,
talking about you're
Getting beat.
talking about UNLV
or
range.
it's the opposite. Or it's the opposite.
I love that we're literally
Yeah.
talking about a guy
Fact.
scoring 7 a
Facts.
game. You think that's
Or we
possible?
lose by
Or it's the
27.
opposite, where
If
we
we
Here-
lose
here's
one
what.
game,
Here's how I
that's
think
a
about
fair-
it. Right.
no.
That's a fair point.
Oh no.
Here's how I think about it. Right. If Malik is, for all intents and purposes, roll rise an undersized 5,
Mhm.
right? Which means that if he can maybe take an open 3, which he's capable of hitting, that's 3. Get to the line twice, hit 3 or 4. That's 6.
You make it sound so easy, DH. Let me
It's not easy. But what I'm
It's
saying,
easier said than done.
it's easier said than done. But I guess what I'm. Go ahead,
Hold on,
Tia.
DH. Let me say this real quick. What do you think's more likely to happen?
Okay.
That Malik has more games where he has 2 or less points, or games that he has 10 or more points.
Oh, 2 or less for sure.
Okay, then
But that's not the same conversation, though.
That's not.
Let's have the same conversation because, like, if
there's
we're
no
assuming,
way, there's no way he's going to average 7
Does he
points.
have 30 points a game, or does he have?
but I also think
Fucking
there's gonna be some games that he's gonna, like, he might have 11. There's some games that he might have, like, the same way he put 26 on
He
our
will.
heads one time.
I think
Like,
so too.
I'm saying, so I think at that 11 or 13 output kind of will offset the 3 or 4 points he might get. Like, honestly,
Like
I
it
don't.
doesn't
I
though. That's
see
the
it.
problem.
If he only
Huh?
plays
Over
11
a whole
fucking
season,
games,
over a
I
whole
mean,
season,
yeah.
it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like he could
Fair.
have.
That's why I posed the
He
question.
had a game where he had that game against Duke where he averaged 26. He had a game against UNC that same season where he had 21, and he still only averaged 5 points a game that season. Like
yeah, but
Fair.
like the averages go down if you only play 7.
You have a
fucking
shitty
games.
game. Yeah, agreed.
Well, there's that.
But again,
and
assuming we have to assume we can only assume health. We can't assume that Malik Brown
Yeah.
is out the entire season. We can't.
I'm assuming he plays, and I assume that he has a role where he's playing double-digit minutes a game. Because I don't
Let me
think
ask
that
you
the
this.
best version of Duke means that Pat is playing. One, he's foul prone, and 2, I don't think the best version of Duke has him playing
And
30
still,
minutes a
a
game.
shot is not going to come from Malik. It's going to come from one of the other 4 guys when he's on the floor.
right.
Let me ask you this:
Fair.
If we're
Off of one of his
in
passes.
the Sweet 16 right now, tomorrow, does
Mhm.
Malik Brown play? Is he healthy enough to play?
Yes.
It sounds like he's going to
Yes.
actually play tomorrow anyway,
Yes.
Sweet 16 or not. It sounds like he's actually
Well,
going to play tomorrow.
that's not the question. I'm at if we're talking about a regional championship to go to the Final Four,
Sure,
this, that, and the third.
Yep.
Is he healthy enough to play?
sure.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
Play
stop
tomorrow,
bitching,
obviously.
Brown. Get your fucking shoes on and get out there.
Now, let me also be clear. I think if I remember the question correctly, it's how many points. I'm being aspirational in my Malik Brown take. Let's be honest, right? I don't think he averages 7. I don't think he has to, but I think he's absolutely capable of scoring 7 a game if he can be as aggressive as I think he's hoping to be. And I think that's my point. Is if Shire says, "I want you looking for your shot when you have the opportunities to," I don't think it's ever going to be a option A, B, or C. But in that, like, if he's on the floor and yes, he's looking to pass. But I think every guy, in order for Duke's offense to be as efficient as it needs to be, is every guy needs to be a threat to score at some level, or you just don't play him on defense, right? And I think that's what happened. I think when you don't want to repeat of Mark Mitchell in that situation. You don't want to repeat where he's just a total non-factor on offense, aside from distributing the basketball from the high post. I think in order for him to be as effective as he can be, he has to be effective. He has to be a threat to shoot an open 3 a game. He has to be a threat enough to where you worry about him getting an offensive rebound and a putback a game. He has to be a threat to, he gets a good dump off pass on a drive and a dump off pass, because Caleb can do that. Dame can do that. I'm not saying it's super likely. I wouldn't put the confidence level at 70% or anything, but I'm also saying that it's a non-zero chance that he can get you 7. He can get you 7
I hope he has
on a
7
night.
tomorrow night. That's
Well,
what
that's the 5 out
I
you're
hope,
looking
I hope
for.
he has 7
Listen,
tomorrow night.
man,
That's the
if
5
he has
out.
7, if he has 7, if he has 7 tomorrow, I'm doing an encore.
That means he's averaging 7 a
Dead
game.
ass.
I hope he has
I'm
7
doing it with
tomorrow
you.
night. All right, so let's get to tomorrow night.
Yep.
Texas, 8:45 p.m. ESPN. Dick Vitale Classic. Glad to hear about Dick Vitale. He's doing well. So this is awesome. That no pun intended. No pun intended. But this is awesome that
Awesome,
that
baby.
that
With
Duke
Awesome,
out of the
baby.
way, baby.
that Duke
Can't stand Dickie
is
V.
that first game. So
That's the hottest take of the night.
I hate
Against
that
Texas, we're going to
motherfucker.
go around the horn here, give our predictions. AC as his tradition, break down the Texas team for us.
They're not very good.
They're not good.
You're nice.
I mean, they're breaking in a new team, right? Like
Kevin
they
Durant
got
ain't walking through them doors, cuz.
they got a new roster coming in. Obviously, they lost Trey Johnson. They obviously lost their coach Rodney Terry. They just got Sean Miller. They've had to kind of piece some things together through the portal. I'm actually pulling their roster up as we speak because as
Quick question, AC.
yeah,
Did they have any exhibitions or anything?
I have not seen what
Probably.
I know. They had a secret scrimmage that they
Yeah.
lost. I don't know what else they had.
All right.
The
Cool.
secret scrimmage was against a Big Ten team, and I can't remember who it was.
Iowa.
But yeah, they bring back a couple of guys, but again, they're working in some new players as well. Haida is back. Like I don't know, man. Tremont Mark, he's gonna have to do it by himself. We've run into Tremont Mark before when he was at Arkansas.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the
Good
main
player.
show for them again this year. He's a great player, but
Oh, they have
damn it,
Shedrick too.
but yeah,
He's
Caden
still there?
Shedrick. He's still there. No, they don't have Cedric anymore. He
Ain't no way, dude. The
he
dude played
retired.
12 years.
He's done, right?
He's my age.
TJ Ford.
They do have Simeon Wilcher though. They have him.
TJ Tucker coming
There's
back?
a
What the
name.
fuck?
TJ Tucker don't want any part of.
Yeah, but they got Camden Hyde and yeah, they don't. Yeah. He's not.
TJ Tucker went to Enlow.
right.
He wants all the smoke. He don't give a
Caden
fuck.
Cedric's not back, but no, they're working in a new system with Sean Miller. I don't know that the pieces match exactly what he likes to do. What we've seen him do some of his other stops. So, and with that being said, I think we win double digits. I think this is an 84-66 win for Duke, and I think it's gonna feel pretty easy, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, like what is this?"
All right, D.
Because I think the name brand is just people they hear Texas and they automatically think like Final Four. Like that's not what this is.
Sean will have him good again. Just give him a
Yeah,
little
he's
bit.
gonna need a season or so. This ain't the season. This ain't the game.
No, not at all. I'm not going to give you a score prediction. I've been saying this for as long as I've known y'all, and you already know what I'm going to say.
Sure do.
When Duke scores 80, Duke wins. Look it up. I'm not wrong. It's like a 95+% win percentage when Duke scores 80. So just give me 80 points and let's walk out of here with a dub and get ready for the next one. Fuck it. Fuck Texas. Go Duke.
I hope we don't look ahead to Western Carolina.
Horns down.
Yeah. God
Fine.
knows those catamounts are coming, baby.
DH, go ahead and give your first regular season prediction here on the 5.0 podcast.
Oh yeah,
Such an honor, guys. Yeah, man.
Breaking your virginity here. Let's go.
You're right. Well, watch out now.
Hey, don't do it.
I got kids,
Lucky
bro.
Pablo's not here.
That's why we can have fun and talk.
All right, so we talked about I think we had to talk about this offline about like Duke having a statement game. I think this is much more of a statement game than any of the preseason games. This might have been in the Discord actually. I'm pretty sure somebody said this in Discord where they thought that the Tennessee game was going to be a statement game. I was like, yeah, it was my man Mo. I think Duke wins by 20.
Join our Discord through our free Patreon.
Yeah, join the Discord. I think Duke wins by 20. I don't see a world in which Texas makes this competitive past the under 8 timeout in the first half. I think it's just too much, and they're in Charlotte. So I think that Duke puts the country on notice starting tomorrow, and I think they take this very personally. I think Duke by 20.
That's it. Can I say one thing? Just
Sure.
about what DH said. I hope they don't start slow. Like, I hope you're right. I hope they come out there and say, we're going to dominate. We're men, you're boys. Here we go. I'm going to put my foot on your fucking throat, and I'm going to dominate this whole damn game from start to finish on every level. Like,
Yeah,
I hope you're right.
I hope so. I hope so too. But I also have seen. I mean, even last year, right?
We've started
Even
slow
if
the
Duke-
past 2 games.
And I think that Duke, and I think in the first, I have to make room for there to be about 12 minutes of first game jitters. And like, I think they're going to play hard. I don't have a problem with that. But I think missing shots and stuff is going to happen. But that's why I said under 8 timeout in the first half, I think that's when they're going to start walking them down. I think this team has that Friday the 13th, Jason, like Michael Myers, we're gonna walk you down slowly and then we're gonna choke the life out of you. Like they did it to Tennessee. By the end of that game, Tennessee had totally given up. Mentally and physically they had given up.
We can't do that all season. That
I agree. I agree with you. This is gonna be good, but I think Texas in the first game of the season and Duke.
I agree.
I think Duke has the first 12 minutes of okay, let's figure this thing out. And I think from the 8-minute mark on through the second half, I think it's going to be a good old fashioned ass whooping.
Yeah, they're just. I mean, this team is going to remain efficient. Like again, we're going to be below 250 in pace. Like, so I think the slow start thing is just inevitable with a John Shire team. Honestly.
All right, Jack, what do you got?
Horns down. Horns the hell down. Come on now.
They don't like that. You can get arrested for that.
Blow them out the. I am very much wanting the state of Texas. Thank you. Hey man, I went there once. I don't plan on going back after what happened when I was there. I think Duke runs them out the gym pretty quickly. I agree with DH. I think there's going to be a little bit of jitters to start the game, but once guys settle in, again, it's in Charlotte. It's probably going to be a pretty Duke heavy crowd. Once guys settle in and realize they're just playing basketball, they're going to run Texas out the gym pretty quick. I think this game's going to be over by halftime.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll finish this one off. I think I originally had 79-62, but D inspired me. We got to get over 80, so 81-62, Duke by 19. Yeah, I think we're just going to come out. I think, maybe a little bit slow in the first 90 seconds, but once they realize that this team is no match for them, it'll be over pretty quickly there. So, yeah.
Wait, TK, really quick, can I did forget to say my score prediction, 85-60.
85-60, okay. I think that's good.
Isaiah's going to have 25.
Yeah. Horns down.
Isaiah's going to have 25. I feel it.
Give me my 15-yard penalty.
And obviously Malik's going to have at least 7 points. So, all right. So
Encore. Set it up.
I do not want to end this podcast on a sour note, but the Western Carolina game on Saturday is on the CW. So,
ew.
CW.
Hey, I know Dean knows a lot about Western Carolina.
Are dope. I do.
That is true. And we might get Mike Jaminski.
All right, I like that.
I like him, but CW, if you have a decent chance of the entire second half being blacked out, than you do of watching the entire game on the CW. So, with that being said, I'll just give a quick score prediction there. I think if we do come out a little bit slow, it's not going to be the Texas game. It's going to be this one. But still give me 94-58. Jack, we'll go reverse here. So what do you got for this game?
I don't know much about Western Carolina basketball.
They suck.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll leave it to D, who is the one who knows about them.
Dude. They suck at everything.
I'm sure you had 4 amazing years there.
2.
Anyway, 2. Okay, even
went
better.
to Wake Tech first, and they were better at basketball.
Okay, noted. I'm gonna say Yeah, I think Duke wins this one. Like I would say 92 to 59.
All right, D.
Me or DH?
D.
We're just
D
score
the
80,
Duke
dude.
fan.
I'm telling D. If you just score 80 points, they win.
If we don't score 80 points against Western Carolina, I don't
But
think
that's my thing though. I'm telling y'all,
Sure.
look it up. I've said it for years. Y'all know this. Give me 80 points for Duke. You're not beating them. I don't care. And that's a
All right,
fact.
sure.
Fair enough.
DH.
Duke by 38.
Jesus Christ.
Duke by 38.
Listen, they can still dribble a ball, bro. Like,
Duke by
fucking
38,
Christ.
man. Duke by 38.
It's not. They're
Duke by
not
38,
playing
man.
like people with
Duke by
no
38.
hands. Fuck
It's about the Eastern versus
hands.
Western South Carolina style barbecue.
Woo!
Holy
Eastern versus
Listen,
Western
man.
South Carolina barbecue. We
Jeez.
gotta make sure that
Duke wins
Eastern.
by 104.
I mean, might be it.
Duke by
All right,
38, man.
AC. Wrap this one up.
Western Carolina, they actually have one of the reasons I think John scheduled this game. They actually have some decent size. They play kind of more of a traditional roster where they have 7-footers. They got a couple 6'10" guys, a couple 6'9" guys who are wings. So I think they'll actually. I think the start the game, especially coming off the Texas game, especially if we do hand Texas that ass. I think we actually probably could start this game slow and
Yeah.
look kind of ugly. We've seen that
That's
in the
fair.
past for sure when we played like Stetson after we beat the shit out of Kentucky with the Zion team. It took Zion doing some alien stuff to get the Stetson
That's
game finally
fair.
under control.
That's
And I
fair.
kind of see this game going the same way. So I think it's going to be more of like a 20, probably 22-point victory.
If they still got the same center, bro, that dude can't jump over a stack of
80
nickels.
to, I'm gonna say
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
who's
say
on that squad right now, but if
I'm
it's the
gonna say
same
80
dude
to
I'm thinking
58.
about,
80 to 58, and Duke fans are gonna be like angry on Twitter. And we're gonna be doing damage control on Spaces on Saturday night.
of course,
Damage control for 20-point wins.
Go get you.
We're so spoiled, we're so spoiled as Duke fans.
Well,
The amount
22.
of times that I've said that the last few years, TH.
now people are angry, but
So spoiled.
they got something to be angry about now because Colin Troops is back,
Let's
starting
go.
tonight. But we got Duke tomorrow night. We are fucking back. We are back 8:45
Spaces before.
Standard Time in Charlotte against Texas. Horns down. Jack, tell everybody where they can find us.
Thank you guys, as always, for checking us out. 5 Point Play Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube. We are very close to hitting 500 subscribers. We've been on that road for a hot minute there. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, 5 Point Play Podcast. The Patreon, it is free. There's a paid tier if you would like to contribute to the Patreon. You do not have to. Free tier, you get Discord access. You get access to a bunch of our really cool content. You know what it is. Let's go, Duke. Horns down, baby.
Oh, Duke.
Nova,
Dude,
Cincy,
man.
and Virginia Tech are gonna be the surprise teams in the tournament this year, baby.
All right, let's do it.
Nova?
Yes, sir. Watch, just watch.
Yeah, I
Just
agree.
watch.
I agree.
Just watch. Let's go, dude.